Thank you very much, Sams and Kemo Kanye. It is now the huge task. It is now the huge task. And we have to apologize. We are currently facing the sun directly. And they are now taking the post-match shootout in the opposite goal post, where we are currently facing the sun directly as the sun is about to set here. Team captain and 19. Number 19 on his back. Number 19 on his back. Team captain.
To be considered as well. Penalty shootout is already.
Bubambalo is the team captain 19 and will now face the netminder who came on as a substitute, Abdullah Sabali. Bubambalo 19 is the team captain post-match shootouts at the Serekunda East Mini Stadium. Who is going to win it? They could not be separated in regulation. Buba against the netminder. Will he be able to score? Saved by the netminder! And of course, Kemo Kanye, you could see the reason, Kemo, you could see the reason why he was brought on just a minute before the completion of this game.
Yes, very well. Abdullah Sabali was just brought on in the final minutes here, or in the final touches, one will say, into the regulation time to save at least a penalty. And then he has indeed done the job, done his job. So the goalkeeper, when it comes to penalty shootout, if you save one, then the rest is left to your players to also capitalize on that opportunity and then send your team to the glory. It is now number 15.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. Another new entrant, Mohamed Dembele, will face the netminder Saliu Cheng. Mohamed Dembele came on as a substitute, 15 on his back. Tall and lanky. Will he be able to score? Mohamed Dembele. Mohamed! Into the bottom corner. Beautifully converted. Kemo, that was a decent one coming from Sports.
Yes, very well. The job that Sports now have is to capitalize on this opportunity of the opportunity that Abdullah Sabali, the newly introduced goalkeeper, has given them by saving the first sport kick for the Milan side. So if they score all their goals now, that of the Sports here will be crowned champions. If they did not miss any of their sport kicks here, of course they will be crowned champions. So let's see whether they will be able to do the job very well as Abdullah Sabali had done for them.
It's getting more and more interesting. The second penalty taker for Milan Football Club, Henry Silva. 5 on his back, hands on hip, will face Abdullah Sabali. Henry Silva. Henry! Sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Beautifully converted and executed. Kemo Kanye, that was definitely a beauty of a sport kick coming from the substitute, Henry Silva for Milan.
Yes, very well. Henry was also been introduced, I believe, for this particular penalty thing. So he is one of the players that has been introduced lately into the game. So he had done his job. That when games are coming to end, when you see team technical benches introducing some of the players, you know that they are coming to take the responsibility of taking the penalties. And then Henry has done the job very well.
It is now the turn of Babukar Juve 24 against the netminder Saliu Jeng. Will Saliu be able to save, or are we going to say Babukar converting remains to be seen? Babukar! A thunderous effort into the roof of the net, and Sports scored the sport kick, and it is now the turn of Milan now. Kemo Kanye, Sports currently on the driving seat as they have already scored 2 of their sport kicks.
Yes, very well. Now they are yet to miss any Sports. If they continue like this up to 5 kicks, then of course they will be crowned champions here. Now Abdullah Kamara is given the responsibility for Milan.
It's now the turn of Milan once again. Milan needs to score, or else they might be surrendering the shield and seal to Sports. It is now the turn of the 17. Number 17 on his back, Abdullah Kamara will face the netminder Abdullah Sabali. Abdullah, the 17, and he is now dragging backwards. 17 on his back, Abdullah Kamara. Hands on hip. And he will surely walk majestically towards the ball. 17 on his back. Will face the netminder Abdullah Sabali. Abdullah Kamara 17. Abdullah Kamara 7. Abdullah sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Beautifully executed. And Sports will now have the opportunity to kick once again. Kemo Kanye, it is getting more and more interesting on post-match shootout. Already Sports on the advantage, on the driving seat. If they are able to convert all their sport kicks, they will be crowned champions.
Yes, very well. Another new entrance for Sports, Mustafa Sise, is now taking the responsibility for the third take for his side. So he was also introduced into the second half. So let's see whether Mustafa will be able to do the needful for their side, because the only thing that they need here is to at least score all their penalties.
Mustafa Sise with a huge responsibility came on as a substitute. Will he be able to score? Mustafa Sise! What a penalty! What a strike from Sise Mustafa. Sports on the driving seat. Kemo Kanye, it is getting closer and closer for the traveling sets of supporters and the team of Sports from Sukuta. They need to score all the goals. They will be crowned champions of 2025-2026 SESDO Super Cup final.
Yeah, they understand the job. That the job is to at least, score all the penalties here that they will be taking, and then they are doing that with a style. So all their takes has been just brilliant. So it is now the turn of George Sengor for Milan FC here. Wow. Another new entrant.
George Sengor came on as a substitute. Hands on hip, 7 on his back. Will face another new entrant. Abdullah Sabali in goal. Abdullah Sabali. Team Sports will be relying on their netminder, whilst Milan will rely on the 7 George Sengor. George into the bottom corner, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. And it is now the turn of a boy who scored a brace in regulation. Will he be able to score? Malang Dafe is his name. Kemo Kanye. Malang Dafe will now have the opportunity. Will Malang be able to score? That's the fourth kick. Malang Dafe, who got a brace in regulation, is now given the opportunity.
Yes, Malang scored the brace for his side in the regulation time. So let's see. He is given another opportunity to take his side to the glory. So this time from the sport kick. So let's see what he will be able to do. But he is the man of the match for his side, because he is the one who scored both goals for his side. So now he's been given the mandate to take the fourth kick for his side Sports. So let's see what Malang will be able to do here, Pa.
Malang needs to score to give the opportunity to score Sports to have a score win. Hands on hip, 10 on his back. Will he be able to convert? Is now the biggest ambition and question. Malang Dafe 10. Malang Dafe 10 against the netminder. Malang! The goalkeeper had a hand, but could not pull a save. And it is now the turn of Milan to score, else it's going to be game over. And if they score, it's just an opportunity for Sports to score Kemo Kanye, and they will be crowned champions. Currently, Sports on the driving seat. They are getting closer and closer. And you could hear the celebrations coming from the supporters of the traveling set of supporters from Sukuta.
Yeah, it's a lost win now. A lost win, score win for this particular side. Now, Jadama Bakari is given the responsibility. It's a very, very huge one, because if he lost, his team is going to lose the crown. But if he scores, then Sports must score for them to be crowned champions here. So it's a loss win and also score win, Pa.
It is the turn of the boys from Talinding. Milan will rely on Bakari Jadama, while Sports will rely on their netminder Abdullah Sabali. 8 on his back. Bakari Jadama need to score, else it is game over. Bakari Jadama, will he be able to score? Bakari into the bottom corner. What a penalty! It is now the turn of Sports. Seemingly their goalkeeper is hoping to get that. Kemo Kanye is now huge responsibility on the shoulder of the netminder. He needs to score, and Sports will be crowned champions. Kemo.
Yes, very well. Abdullah Sabali has been introduced as the goalkeeper to save at least a penalty into this, and then he has saved the first penalty that has been taken by Bubambalo. Now he is now taking the responsibility of the score win here. Can he score to take his side to the glory path?
Look at the head coach Musa Sabali on his knees currently, hoping to get into the field for celebration. And currently the new entrant and netminder Abdullah Sabali, huge responsibility on his shoulder. Abdullah Sabali, will he be able to score against his fellow netminder? Abdullah Sabali, Abdullah! And Spurs are champions! Spurs are champions! After defeating Milan on post-match shootout, Kemo Kanye, it's going to be all-night celebrations from the Serekunda East Mini Stadium on the streets of Sukuta to the community of Sukuta for Sports Football Club.
Yes, very well, Pa. I mean, the trophy has gone to the western side of the Serekunda East to Sukuta. So let's see what happens, because I mean, these people are now. It was a 2-all score line now going into the post-match shootout. Sabali was introduced, Abdullah, to at least come and save one of the penalties. Then he had indeed done that with a style, because he is the player, he is the goalkeeper who have saved the first take, the first shoot from the Milan FC side, and then now to the score win. He took that responsibility as well for himself, and then put the ball into the back of the net for a score win here, and then take his side to the glory. He saved one, and then took the responsibility for the score win, and then take his side to the glory. So it was 5 goals to 4 from the post-match shootout for the Sukuta boys. That is the Sports FA. They have won from this particular ground last season. From the league, they have won the league last season, and then coming into the Super Cup.